Judy note, tens of thousands of small banks have closed across the world. The U.S. Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury were on notice that if they could not pay the global repository back the quadrillions owed, they would be handing over all their assets, including property and business assets, on Friday, June 30, 2023. The U.S. was expecting an implosion of the economy around July 3 when SOFR, LIBOR and many nations were planning on dumping their U.S. treasuries. With loss of the SWIFT system and switching to BRICS, the U.S. dollar for the most part, was no longer being traded on international markets and the artificially held-up stock market had been on the verge of falling for the past week. As a result, this weekend central banks, which for years have been functioning on fiat monies, were considering calling in loans, filing for bankruptcy and doing bail-ins. In other words, they could try to steal your funds. Although banks' accounts have been mirrored onto the new quantum financial system, it may be a few days before you would have access to your monies. Since credit and debit cards may not be able to be used during this period, it was advised to have cash on hand to make the transition. Wednesday, 28th of June. Warning signs: into the heart of a world storm, unseen military maneuvers, secret projects, and the edge of global unrest, Black Swan event to instigate quantum financial system and global currency revaluation. Wednesday, 28th of June. Boom. Leaked Trump audio, decoding the shadows of deep state and the political theater. Global banking collapse, tens of thousands of small banks close across the world, the rise of quantum financial system, QFS. 27th of June. All sources inside Russia have gone dark, largest submarine sales with Poseidon nuclear torpedo. State of corruption, New Hampshire, American cartels, Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, IRS, FBI, DEA, drug cartels, human trafficking, James O'Keefe, Mike Pence, drug money, treasons, Pandora Papers, bombshell interview Michelle Jocko, Mike Gill. Jazara law promulgated and no one knew. Many incredible things are happening right now for our country. After years of being ripped off by other nations on both trade deals and the military, things are changing fast. Big progress is being made. America is respected again. Keep America great. President Donald J. Trump. Visit the website dinarport.com right away to learn more about finance, currency, and economic information. A global currency revaluation. Wednesday, 28th of June. Marks, Jim Rickards, economist, released a bombshell today calling for an implosion of the U.S. economy on July 3 when SOFR, LIBOR and many nations are planning on dumping their U.S. treasuries. Even though it was supposed to happen on the 1st is a Saturday, the 3rd is a Monday, and expect banks to be closed on Tuesday, the 4th, so the implosion is supposed to hit on Mon the 3rd when banks are open here in the U.S. I continue to hear great expectations from my sources that Tier 4B notification to set redemption appointments, will happen sometime between now and Monday 3rd of July. 27th of June. Bruce, Tier 4B, us, the Internet Group, will be notified either Saturday 1st of July, or over the weekend, but not be able to obtain appointments until at least Tuesday, 4th of July. On Monday 26th of June in Japan, they used the EBS to announce a Supreme Court decision on the Brunson case, saying that the 2020 election was nullified and President Trump would return. It was rumored that the U.S. Federal Reserve and U.S. Treasury were on notice that if they could not pay the global repository back the quadrillions owed, they would be handing over all assets, including property and business assets, on Friday, June 30, 2023. Warning: have cash on hand by this weekend. With loss of the SWIFT system and switching to BRICS, the U.S. dollar for the most part, was no longer being traded on international markets. As a result, this weekend central banks, which have been functioning on fiat monies, were considering calling in loans, filing for bankruptcy and doing bail-ins. In other words, they could try to steal your funds. Although banks' accounts have been mirrored onto the new quantum financial system, it may be a few days before you would have access to your monies. On Saturday, 1st of July, international financial markets will transform into a new digital asset-based economy. The new quantum financial system would be completely interfaced in computers around the world in order to coordinate currency transactions through the International Payment System ISO 20022, Goldilocks. 27th of June. Militiaman, the 2023, 24, and 25 Iraqi budget was done. The implementation will be after the Eid holiday. This will pay for all the international contracts, projects and MOUs they have signed. The Eid ends on Saturday 1st of July. The international markets and Forex opens on Sunday 2nd of July about 5 p.m. EST.